Do do do. Yo, what's up YouTube? Dirty Dan Gaming coming back with another Rise of Kingdoms video. And man, oh man, did we have a hell of a day yesterday. We finally jumped. I apologize for not putting out any videos. I thought about streaming, but we had a very irregular time in which our kingdoms opened. I'm going to detail that a little bit more in the video. We are settled. We are getting established within our new kingdom. So without further ado, let's check out the Veni Vidi Vici jumper project as we have landed in our final kingdom. Let's go. All right, y'all, so here we go. We have landed in Final Kingdom. As you can see, we had a pretty nice power boost up here, and I recorded a bunch of footage. I have to go through it and see if I'm going to kind of clip together a video of me just kind of doing a power boost. We all really kind of just aggressively tried to push and really accelerate those helps so that way we could get our center fortress up for our lions. So what kingdom did we drop into? We are now in what we are going to call a new home, Kingdom 2581, as you can peep right up here. Let's zoom out of the map a little bit. You'll be able to see a little bit of our territory as it's starting to be established. And if we go to the world view, as you can see, we are one of the middle kingdoms over here. 2581, the kingdom of Bupash. I like the number 2581. Thank y'all for the R5 meeting that we had. Being my first jumper, they gave me the honors of picking either 2581 or 2582. Had to go with 2581. 81 holds a special place in my heart for my man Kobe. 81 points against Toronto. Much love. Rest in peace, Copes. So yeah, it just that number, you know, as you can see on our alliance tag, it holds a special value to me, so I had to go with the 81. So here we are, 2581. Yesterday was an absolute grind. I mean, we got in, we started to trying to establish our territory. We lagged behind pretty fast in terms of dropping our CF. We're going to give you a quick view of the map of what I have been able to explore so far, and give a quick glimpse of alliance powers, some people who have whaled up. I'm going to try and make this video a little bit more short and sweet. I am on a little bit of a sleep depravity kind of, so we actually had maybe right before I was about to go to sleep 2 nights ago, we were like, oh my gosh, the kingdom opening time is going to be a little bit different. So I think we were estimating for 11 UTC to 14 UTC of when the timing was going to open, which would be pretty much right about now. And that time got moved up by like 6 hours. So I had went to sleep at like 9 p.m. my time, set an alarm for 2 a.m. and I ended up waking up like 1 a.m. Tried to go back to sleep. I had this innate feeling that like something was off, and lo and behold, I kind of peeped back onto my phone at 1:30, and the boss man MIB was like, yo, it opened, get on. So, you know, I woke up, got on, made the account, jumped the account over, and he's like, okay, go to sleep, bro. I'm like, what do you mean go to sleep? I can't go to sleep now. I'm like, this is a big moment. So we dropped in. We're in province 1 for fame. As you can see, there's really not too much other competition. We have a jumper group that is over here. We have one other small alliance that's kind of tucked away underneath our markers over here. We were kind of throwing some diplomacy talks back and forth with them yesterday. And then we have our academy alliance, which is being built over here. Hopefully that'll be done by today. Just a quick other glimpse of what territories are looking like. This is, I believe they were somewhere around the top 5 power in ORX. They are not part of our group. This province 2, was the province that we agreed that just none of us were going to be in because there's 5 main alliances. So we ended up just leaving this zone, which kind of worked out because we have Fire and Ice FAI, which is another small jumper group. And as soon as we landed, there was, you know, messages saying, hey, like, where do you guys want us? They kind of realized that, you know, there was another bigger jumper project that they landed with. So we're working out things between them and trying to see if we can incorporate them into our family. So that would bring the Veni Vidi Vici project to 6. if talks go well. Moving on to Province 3, we do have Faye. Huge shout out to Faye and OV. They did the coin dumping tactic, which I was very new to. So pretty much what it is as soon as you land into your home kingdom, everyone starts building. You log as much of those helps that you can get. So you want people to max out their 10K helps for the day, which is going to give you a lot of alliance credits in order to drop your fort. And then what you do is you pull your main players into your academy. So roughly around, 30 to 40 to 50 people, depending on how many you have, and just pull them out and then just keep filling your alliance with just, I guess, random people and generating their helps. Huge shout out to Faye. I think they dropped their fort in a matter of like an hour of us dropping into 2581. So I was very impressed. I was like, yo guys, we need to cycle players through a little bit quicker. So shout out to all the people who were working the door yesterday in Fame. I believe Queen, Juliana, CTC, Wistery, Bam Bam, Levi, all the R4 crew. I'm sorry if I'm missing people. I'm trying to make this a little bit quicker. MIB, of course, he was helping with it. Chia was helping with it as well, and we'll give a huge shout out to Chia as well in a little bit. Down here in Gondor, so I'm going to pop up a territory picture right now because I was grinding fog all day and I'm only about just under 40% complete with the map. So unfortunately I didn't get over to our Fate fam, but this is what their territory is looking like right now. As you can see, they're developing and then have a few alliances that are popping up pretty close to them. So it's going to be interesting to see how that plays out. But we're trying to be as diplomatic as possible with people. We really want to encourage the growth of this kingdom and aren't trying to be bullies in any kind of way. So if the little alliances want to kind of hang around and they're not, interfering with the bigger goals and pictures that we have as a group, then we are going to kind of let them just chill. And if they want to join us, it's cool. If not, then they can just do their own thing. Once KVK comes around, if they want to join our alliances for fighting, that's totally cool with us. We're trying to be as civil and diplomatic about our approach into this kingdom building as possible. So huge shout out to that Fae fam. And then again, just after I'm done going over these provinces, we'll give a look at the alliance list, powers, individual powers, all that good stuff. So that's our Fate fam. Next over here in what would be Province 5 in Manzanillo, we have our Fade fam, and you can see that they are progressing pretty nicely. I'm assuming that they're probably somewhere right around here. So they are progressing very nicely too. Took them a little while to get their fort up, but as you can see, that territory is developing nicely. Shout out to Mimo Miguel for hooking me up with the picture. Also shout out to GK for hooking me up with the Fate picture. And Rimuru, you're a little bit late. Sorry, bud. And then if we go into our last province, let me just get rid of this. If we go into Constantinople, we have our fake fam, aka the Pinoy fam, led by Asparagus. Shout out to Asparagus for the screenshot, and you can see they're progressing their territory a little bit nicely as well. So if we go into our alliance powers, what does the kingdom look like so far? A little over, we're about 32 hours into this kingdom now. So we have Fame and Fate sitting at 1, 2, Faye at number 3, Fake at 4, Fate at 5. So we have our entire jumper group holding top 5 spots, just as we kind of want to really instill that uniformity of the kingdom and from our group. Then we have our other jumper group, which is Fire and Ice, and then that ORX, as I mentioned earlier, in the province 2 right next to us, as they are developing a little bit more. And then some of these other alliances that I have not been able to peek at yet, but you can see as the Fame Academy sitting at a very nice number 10 spot. I shout out to Queen and MIB and myself for really kind of developing up that academy. So I developed 2 other farms as I was working simultaneously on the jumper main. I had 2 farms being built. One of them's in the Fame Academy, the other one is in our actual farm alliance. And I was pretty much just trying to, again, cycle players through enough so that we were able to drop our academy fort, which we finally did last night at like 12:30, almost 24 hours. I mean, I was up all day, guys. I probably shouldn't have pushed it as much as I did, but I really wanted to again, just do a lot of this legwork up front to make sure that we were all good and set to go. So that way I can continue to kind of bring content to you guys. Okay, so those are alliance powers. And if we look at our individual powers, man, oh man, Mr. Chia. Holy cow. Within about the first hour, Mr. Chia went up to about 6 million power. And as you can see, he is progressing a little bit more. Juliana holding that number 2 spot. Fate Tiger in Fate holding number 3. Mr. MF, lead and co-lead of Fates, part of the High Council of the Veni Vidi Vici Jumper Project, holding number 4. And man, oh man, did he whale up too, because he was lagging behind a little bit in power. And this dude was just like, we were talking on voice too. They're just like, it's just so hard to not spend into this game. And yeah, you can see the powers progressing pretty nicely. And we will go in and check out each alliance and see how we have progressed as jumpers. Okay, so if we go into Fame, I have not bought any other bundles, guys. So just as a heads up, Writer of History, that's all I bought. I bought like the 2 or 3, and then I dumped a bunch of my speed ups and resources yesterday to boost up to 650k. And then we have a bunch of other players right around doing the same thing. Take a look here at our R3s, which are some of our rotating R4s, developing powers nicely as well. And again, the whale, Mr. Chia. And then I'm assuming Juliana is going to start to challenge him for that top spot very soon. Our rank 2s, which are part of the Veni Vidi Vici Jumper Project, the space was so tight. That was a majority of my messages yesterday, was just trying to ensure people that they were going to, you know, we're trying our best to accommodate everyone, because obviously people want to be part of the top, you know, the more top tier alliances. And then we have some of the, how do you say, the original members of 2581 who just opened up new accounts here, sitting at our rank 1s, just to kind of keep it a little bit more organized. Jumping into Fate, just a quick look at their alliance power, or their individual powers. Rimuru, who held the top spot for Whale in our jumper in the pre-jump phase, is no longer holding it. I'm curious to see if Rimuru is going to whale up a little bit more. Very nice powers coming from all around. And again, I think you can kind of tell where the mid spenders kind of lie. If they are sitting at about 1 million, I would say 1.2 million plus, they are probably more or less spending a little bit. And you can see that the free-to-play players probably are sitting around 500k to 600k. So that is what you can kind of expect after day 1 of jumping, of doing a whole week of the pre-grind jump process. OV sitting in a very nice 1 million. And just, yeah, I think we are doing a good job so far with holding up these powers and boosting. And I'm sure there's definitely some people here who are probably sitting at like 300 to 400k who are planning to push some events later, and you can probably expect those players to boost up in power pretty quickly. If we take a look over at our fake fam, my man Marcus holding that co-lead spot as Asparagus takes a little bit of a break, as it seems. Very nice Viper at a 1.3, Kokon 1.2. Good powers coming all around. Very proud of this jumper group. I mean, we put in so much work to this thing, and it looks like it's finally starting to pay off. I actually asked the question too, hey guys, when can we say it's safe to say that we have established the kingdom? And they're like, yeah, probably it's gonna take like a week or two to see if any of you know, other big groups just decide to plop down on us. So fingers crossed that that doesn't happen. We put in so much work. I would really be upset if we had a big jumper group of whales just kind of land in and steal our thunder. But you know, if that happens, then it is what it is. So this is pretty much what we're looking like so far. That's our Fade fam. We want to just take a quick look at Fire and Ice. They are doing pretty well over here as well. Just got to give them a quick shout out, as they are, you know, rounding out some of the top spots in the Alliance powers. And then I just want to give a quick shout out over to our Academy Alliance, because I think we do have some decent powers over here hiding in the R3 spot. I got to get my man Aztec back over to Fame. I had to make some space for him. I do apologize. But yeah, as you can see, we have some people waiting on the bench to come up to Fame. and just kind of trying to help some of these players over here develop. You know, you got to see who's going, you know, there might be diamonds in the rough somewhere. So I think you have to treat, you know, even your academy alliances, even if they might not be as active or the powers might be as low, I think you have to kind of treat them and nurture them with that, you know, kind of loving care. And if we want to just take a quick look, because again, this video is getting a little bit long, I apologize. If we want to take a quick look at my inventories, so you can kind of just compare my last video, I'll leave a card up in the top for Jumper Day 6. I really probably didn't accumulate too many other resources and speed ups after that last day, but you can see as I burned through a decent amount of resources already. Speed ups are kind of ish non-existent now. Resource speed ups are kind of sitting pretty nice, but you can see I've drained a good amount of my speed ups down. I'm just really trying to take my time with it at this point and just develop things naturally and probably wait for some events. I did end up opening on Past Glory. I did not get that video for you guys, but I did end up opening about 30 in total now, about 30 gold keys, and I'm still not having any luck with commanders. These are still the commanders that I have. I think I maybe pulled Freddy on one of those days. I'm still slacking behind on some of the epic commanders. I still don't have Boudica. So, I mean, the gold key luck hasn't been very good for me as of yet, but I'm hoping that that turns around. So just some ideas of what you can expect from one day after jumping. And again, here are my powers. You can see that building power totally shot up. Commander power is still holding the top spot. I'm debating on whether or not I'm going to push this skin. I'm probably going to say most likely not. You can follow Logic Bank if you want to see him push up to 700k in the pre-jump process, and then he does obtain this city skin over here for 1.5 million power. He does obtain this as a free-to-play player. So this skin is obtainable as a free-to-play. You just have to do your fair share of grinding. So that's pretty much it, guys. I didn't want to make this too long, but of course I can't help, but I need to make sure I get everyone. If I missed anyone, I'm so sorry. Again, I'm still trying to wake up a little bit and kind of push past that lack of sleep that I got yesterday. Love y'all so much. Veni Vidi Vici Jumper Project. This is going to be very exciting and very fun. I'm looking to grow this thing with you guys. We're going to have a blast. Can't wait for KVK. And stay tuned for more content coming to this channel. I'm going to really kind of start diving into some beginner guides to kind of help out some of the new players that are coming to Rise of Kingdoms. Just build up the channel a little bit more. I believe super chats are now active, so we will be streaming very soon. I believe on our main account, we are going to have fighting progressing again, maybe in about a week or two. So I'll keep you guys up to date with that. We have on our sub account, KVK3 is about to kick off. So there's so much content that's going to be coming to the channel. Again, so much thanks. Thank you guys so much for the support. I love y'all. I'll catch you on the next one. Sorry for a little bit of a longer video. Enjoy the rest of your weekend. I'm out. Have a good one. Peace.